Yeah, so it's January 29th, 2026. This is Lindsay. It's Thursday. Oh, yeah, let me just say more about this gas lighting and whatnot. So this morning I noticed a truck that by the time I had finished with my well, first let me start over, okay. Today is Thursday, which is trash pickup day. And I put I put my trash out this actually I put it out yesterday, last night or yesterday evening. But this morning I noticed when I looked outside that somebody had taken a lot of the trash and put it on the sidewalk right there on the curb of the street. They had removed items from my fucking trash container and put it right there on the sidewalk. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's pretty fucking stupid. Like I going through my trash, that's one thing that these people do. I don't have anything to hide. I have nothing that I'm ashamed of that's in my trash, but nonetheless they went through my fucking trash and threw it all over the sidewalk. So I put it back in the container. And then this is just a stupid shit that these people do to try to get my attention. There was lots of traffic all day going up and down, going down Denver Boulevard today, I noticed. And then I noticed as I was finishing a treadmill workout, a Texas Lone Star pavement truck goes by. As soon as I'm getting off the treadmill, right the minute I'm getting off the treadmill, Texas Lone Star pavement truck, white truck with the says on the side Texas Lone Star pavement drives by. And not only did it drove by twice. I noticed that. And I'm like, okay, they are doing something down the street in the next block that obviously has to do with repaving the street or whatnot, because I see what they're doing. I mean, I see that they have all these trucks, and they had a police car out there earlier this afternoon today, but I'm just saying, okay, whatever. It's like they're turning this whole... Most of the trucks and cars that I see going by are pickup trucks filled with like branches or ladders or things that look like they're landscape people about to go to a landscaping job or some kind of construction job, yet they're driving a pickup truck. Speaking of which, a couple of days ago, this was like about 3 days ago, I was driving to HEB, going down Gevers, South Gevers, heading south on South Gevers, and a bunch of police trooper cars. As soon as I'm turning left on South Gevers from Denver Boulevard, I saw a police vehicle cruiser on that street called Westfall. One of them was coming from the right, and one was coming from the left. Both of them at the stop sign at the same time, right there before you go to the overpass. Two police cars, and then in front of me there is right in front of my vehicle was a pickup truck with it was just a pickup truck with all filled with a bunch of tires, a bunch of fucking tires, it was wobbling. The truck was going probably a little bit too fast, considering that there was no it didn't have any kind of closure for the tailgate. There was no tailgate. But there was a bunch of fucking tires that were way, way, way too high in the truck, and they were falling out. Or one of them flipped out of the truck, or flipped out the back. I'm like, oh my God, go figure. These people who drive around like that. And I know that it's illegal to do, this is the kind of shit you see all over this neighborhood, all over this city, is that these goddamn pickup trucks with a tailgate that's open, and then shit coming out the back because they don't have. I thought by law there's supposed to be like some kind of a red flag or some kind of a banner or something that these people are supposed to have on their vehicle, right? Whenever you have a certain amount of items in the car and it's going out, extending past the cab of the truck. But no, you're not going to see that for the most part. I see it all the time where these people filled with all kinds of shit in the back of their trailer, and it's like they either have way too much stuff in there, or it's reckless. It's reckless because a lot of these items in the back of these trucks could easily fall out and hit somebody's fucking windshield behind them and kill somebody, or something could happen, duh. But do you think these people give a shit? No, because they don't follow the goddamn rules. They don't follow the rules. They don't follow any fucking rules of the road. And this is all over the goddamn city. That's one of the reasons I don't like driving in this city on the goddamn freeways or anywhere, because it's a fucking death trap. It's a death wish, basically. There's so many fucked up, stupid goddamn drivers, and God knows I put up with that shit for long enough, almost getting fucking killed many a goddamn time on the fucking freeway because of the dumbass people who drive here. They're stupid. They don't know how to drive, a lot of them. And you know what? Thank God I'm not on the fucking freeway. And one thing that they were doing to me, I'm sure that they were using me as some kind of a transport for some kind of something illegal, whatever, since nothing's fucking illegal anyway nowadays. But I believe that I was being utilized all those times that I drive all the goddamn way out to the gym, way far out, like all the way out in Leon Valley, Potranco, that Gold's Gym, or way out the fuck out wall, the one at way out in Shirts. They were using me. They were clearly fucking using me for something that had to do with me transporting something, I think. Because this has been going on a long time. I've noticed the patterns. I see all these fucking patterns using me for something that has to do with my vehicle and transporting something. What exactly? I don't know, but I see it. I can feel it. I'm not dumb to this kind of thing. It started happening when I worked at that Stones and Designers with a long time ago in Houston. They were planting goddamn drugs in the rims of my tire. Somebody was planting drugs in my the rims of my tires, and I remember that clearly. And I was driving all the way to the goddamn, like driving a 45-minute drive every morning to the goddamn Woodlands every fucking day, and sitting in fucking, sometimes it would take me an hour and a half to get there and an hour and a half to fucking get home. But they were definitely doing something. Once again, I'm talking about how the goddamn fucking feds and the fucking government targets people that they think are so fucking dumb. Okay? I'm not stupid. I see everything. I remember everything. I have a photographic memory, and I don't have to prove myself to any of these dumb fucks, these fucking rookies that think they know everything. Just, seriously? I see it all. I see everything. Everything that these people try to do to try to make me feel stupid, to try to make me feel inadequate, to try to make me feel like a loser or a failure. You should probably think again, because I see exactly what you're doing. I see it clearly. And something else that I'll talk about. This is an example of mail fraud, mail harassment, mail blackmailing, or mail gaslighting by the goddamn government. Because once again, what is the U.S. mail? The U.S. mail is the CIA. Everybody should know this, and let me tell you if you don't know this by now, that the CIA runs the fucking U.S. Postal Service. Okay? Just so you dumb fucks who don't know that, you better figure that out. It's that every time you go mail a goddamn letter or a package at the post office and they say, "Oh, is there anything flammable in there?" or whatever, don't you get it? A lot of times they open your fucking packages at the fucking post office. They know everything about you. The post office is a main spy network in the United States. The number one CIA spy network is the fucking U.S. Postal Service. Just keep that in mind for those of you who are oblivious to that fact in the fucking CIA and government espionage bullshit. And something else. So what they do with me all the time to try to gaslight me or confuse me or make me feel, oh, what is she going to do? Or they'll send mail to me in people's different names to my address, right? Okay? People like David, for the longest time, it was either David Knapp or Anthony Gomez or I've got even Gwen Griffith. Oh, this is what they'll send these dumb catalogs with American Outfitters or some shit like that. That during the Christmas holiday season, I'll get that addressed to Gwen Griffith, who's my supposed aunt on my mother's side. They'll do that. That's an example. They'll send me mail that's it's always Progressive Insurance all the fucking time. I get shit from Progressive Insurance. I don't use Progressive Insurance. I think I may have a long time ago, but they always are sending me shit for Progressive Insurance. Today, I got 3 items from Progressive Insurance. One of them in my name, one of them in the man, David Burke, and another one that was supposed to be for the people that lived in that house next door that they tore down at 1139 Denver Boulevard. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I went outside to look around because I'm like, well, I wasn't sure where 1139 was. But yeah, now I remember it's the house where all that bullshit crap was going on that they tore down that house next door to me, okay? Where it's now a vacant lot. Just sitting there. But anyway, I got something for 1139 Denver Boulevard, and her name is, it's a Nicole Mata. And I'm like, I know that there was a woman who lived there named Nicole for a while. This Nicole woman, I know that for sure, but I didn't know her last name. But I was like, okay, well, I bet that's that person that lived there for a while, that woman that was supposedly whatever. So I was like, So I looked, whatever. So as it turns out, it is her, because I looked her up, and it's sure enough, her last name is Mata. I found her on Facebook, and yeah, I recognize her, the woman that lived in that house next door for a while with that man, that her husband or ex-boyfriend, whatever his name was, who was supposedly an ex-con. I don't know. Whatever. That's fucking water under the goddamn bridge. I don't give a shit. I'm just saying, whatever they fucking do, it's not my goddamn business. But they did try to make me look like they were trying to get me involved with a lot of that shit that they were doing. So it felt like at least the goddamn government or police were trying to use me as some kind of a snitch or a something to rat on people while they did. Because they think I'm so stupid, don't they? And then next door to that lot, I know right now, I believe that man, he may work for the government, this African-American, this black man couple. I'm pretty sure they work for the government or probably the police. I suspect. His name is Paul. I know that much. I don't know these people, but I know I can pick up on the goddamn things that are going on around me, and I don't even know them, but I'm just saying there's a lot of people in this vicinity that are spying. They're spies, they work for the government, and they definitely are fucking watching every goddamn thing I do. Everything that I fucking do, they monitor and give me these looks like I'm crazy, and I don't give a shit what people think. It seems like some of them do. Whatever. I take note of all this stuff. It's no big deal, because I'm over it. I don't give a fuck what people think about me, because I know who I am. But, and what else? So that, and then something else for addressed to David Burke at 1135 Denver Boulevard, something from Neptune Society. Again, this is not the first time this has happened. It used to be David Knapp. This David Burke is new. The last name Burke, I don't know what the fuck that's about, but Burke, B-U-R-K-E. Okay, now it's David Burke, okay, instead of David Knapp, right? So now they sent something from the Neptune Society here addressed to David Burke. Okay, the Neptune Society, it's a cremation society where they, whatever. And I do know something else. I see all the goddamn patterns of all this shit. Speaking of which, I know that my cousin, Greg Menino, who died in, he died It's been probably like 2 years now because his birthday. I know his birthday was a couple days ago. Okay, but yeah, I don't. He's dead. I wasn't even invited to his funeral. That the so-called fucking family I have didn't even have the fucking decency to invite me to the He was cremated at Neptune. So I know that that's where he was cremated. They didn't invite me. They were they were acting. They were already treating me like shit once again because Greg died. My cousin, okay, my mother and my aunt and brother. Yeah, oh, is there something going on there that you want that I don't know about as well? They excluded me from that on purpose to gaslight me or to make me feel fucking upset. I'm just telling you the shit that these fucking people do. But Greg, by the way, speaking of Neptune Society, I know that he was cremated there. I do know that. And I don't, and apparently Gwen went and spread his ashes in Paris, France or something with Pat Smothers. Back whatever, because Greg had gone to, I think he lived in Paris, France for a while, and he studied at the Chicago Art Institute and whatnot. He was an artist. He was a painter. He was a very creative, very, very creative art. One of my favorite artists of all time happens to be Greg, my deceased cousin. He's an excellent, very talented artist. Very talented, in my opinion. So he died, and I guess it's like his birthday was a couple days. He was in Aquarius. His birthday was a few days ago, and that crossed my mind. I was like, yeah, I think about Greg here and there a lot, and I miss him, even though I never really saw him the whole time I was living here. I only saw him a few times, but I still think of him in a fond way because he was always good to me. Seemed but then again, he probably hated me too. Who fucking knows? But nonetheless, Greg's dead. His mother, Gwen, I don't talk to her. His brother, Chip, his half-brother, Chip, I don't talk to them anymore. They don't talk to me. I don't, it's like I'm pretty much estranged from all these so-called family or blood relatives if they're, I don't, but whatever. Hey, once again, it's about the fucking will. And ironically enough, it's kind of funny because Greg had done the interior art design at a design work at a place called the Esquire bar here in San Antonio, I think. I've never been there. I've seen it. I believe it's on East. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in downtown. Maybe it's on East Commerce or East Houston or something. I don't know. I forget where it is. It's a bar called the Esquire, and I believe I know it's in downtown, and Greg did all the interior design for that place. And it's a really cool place from the pictures that I've seen. Greg was an incredible interior designer, incredible taste, very eclectic, I love his style. I love his work. I always admired Greg's ability to do that. It's amazing to me how he was incredibly talented. So that he did that, and I keep thinking I should check that place out. I should go there one day and go have a goddamn fucking drink at the fucking bar. Just to commemorate my dead cousin Greg. But he also did the interior design at a place called Joy Restaurant or Joy Luck. And it's some kind of a fusion Thai restaurant or whatever on St. Mary Street, I think. He did all that. He designed the entire restaurant interior design. And it's a really cool looking place too. I've been there once before, long time, ways back, but that's a really interesting place. And once again, my cousin did that. My talented, now dead cousin Greg Menino. He's Italian. He has an Italian last name because his father was Italian. So Greg is half Italian and half whatever his mother is. But yeah, so I just had to talk about that because the word Esquire, I'm not going to go into that right now because I think I better keep that to myself. That's personal for now. But the word Esquire, yeah, that's all I have to say about that right now. So it that's it.